Welcome to the Pocatello Business Podcast, the only Pocatello podcast focused on providing profits for Pocatello people. If you love our town and love small business, you are in the right place. We interview local legends, learn business, and have way too much fun doing it. You're listening to the Pocatello Business Podcast with your friend, host, all-around great guy, and owner of New Clean Commercial Cleaning, Spencer Ward.
All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Pocatello Business Podcast. We are with Dustin Gaylor. If you need any expert to come to your place and install some awesome film, privacy film, heat film, any type of film, he's your guy. He knows it backwards and frontwards. He's been doing it now for about 10 years. It looks like you lived in Jacksonville, Florida. And then what made you go from Jacksonville, Florida to, brought you down to Pocatello to settle down?
So originally I'm from Reno, Nevada.
Okay.
And then all my mom's family lives in American Falls, Idaho. Well, did. Now we're kind of starting to disperse towards Pocatello. So my son had lived here, and when he started kindergarten, he was not going to be able to go to Florida except in the summertime. So I had a job opportunity to come back with the company that I worked for. Did that for about a year, just to be closer to my son. So I came back, I was actually a floor plan auditor. Did that for a year. It didn't work out. And so I went back to window tinting. Worked for one shop here and a dealership here. Found out very, very quickly I wasn't ever going to make the money that I was making in Florida working for somebody in this region. So that's when I took it upon myself to start writing a business plan and getting things going. And it was
Perfect.
2 years May 1st we've been in business. So really excited.
Well, good. Well, let's go back just a tad here. So I kind of skipped the gun, but we want to know, introduce to us your family. What do you do for hobbies? What do you do here in this awesome community to make your life awesome?
Everything. When I lived I'll start with my family. I have my wife, Jessica. She's a nutritional feed manager for Snake River Farms. Great beef. Spencer knows all about that.
Yes, I do.
She works very, very hard. She's one of the hardest working women that I know. And she's, great support system for myself and my children. I also have a son named Tegan. He's 11, and a daughter named Charlie Abigail, and she's going to be 3 this August. And she's our little rugrat. And and for fun, Pocatello is one of those areas where I love it because we're so centrally located. We can be in Jackson Hole 1 minute, to West Yellowstone, to Boise, to Salt Lake in 2-3 hours. There's so much to do. We enjoy a lot of that. Road trips, fishing, hunting. We like shooting. You name it. We're starting to look into other options, maybe getting into some mountain biking. Really, we just love being outside, and this area provides a beautiful backdrop for doing that. And that's us. Gonna be starting a boat restoration project here soon.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited. It's 59 glass Tron.
All right.
It's gonna be pretty
That'll
cool
keep you busy.
once I can get that done. We work so hard. I think we'll get some toys pretty soon, and then we can enjoy the outdoors even more.
There you go. I like it. Well, I remember, I guess it was now probably 2 years ago. when I was sitting in a Chamber of Commerce meeting here in Pocatello.
Thinking about that last night, actually.
And I was sponsoring a table there with my company, New Clean, and you get up and you sponsor the whole event, and you were and they introduced you, and you came up and presented your business, and this is who you are, and yeah. So you're 2 years running from that point. Tell us some of the wins and some of the things you've learned in 2 years.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was just thinking about it last night. Yeah, I met Spencer. We were 2 months in business at that point. We didn't sponsor that chamber event though.
Okay.
We were just sponsoring the table, trying to get out there. But yeah, some of the things I've learned, you can plan, and it's kind of like that saying goes, you can have a plan, but then God laughs. Yeah, so we came into business. We were doing great, man. Locking down dealership accounts. And the thing with the window film industry is that in the wintertime, that dies down. And my numbers were all wrong. And so if there's one thing I've learned, we have to be adaptable to our circumstances, and you can't be a victim. Nobody's a victim of circumstance. So I went from being a window film business to October hit, things were slowing down. What are we going to do? I had been looking into the Christmas lighting industry. Overnight, we started a Christmas lighting company, and we did great our first year. We did over 30 houses. It gave us a lot of income to get through those winter months. And yeah, that was a huge learning curve for me. Is you can plan, and you can run all these financial reports, and you can run your prospectus, and you can think you got it all figured out, and then something just throws a curveball and you don't. And you have to man up and figure it out. And that was a huge thing for me. Luckily, I have a wife who's very supportive. So yeah, she kind of helped see me through all of that, which is a huge help when it comes to the financial part of things and stuff.
So what you're saying is, if you just can't magically put up a I'm in business sign and put an imaginary number to it and go for gold.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You cannot, if there's one thing I can do differently, is I would have started off with some more capital. That's another huge thing that I've learned, and it's helped me out. And I believe I had this conversation with you when I was tending your house, actually. And it was starting your business with what you need, not what you want. Mm-hmm. And, I see business startups all the time, and you mentioned this, like, it's foolish when you go out and you buy these huge pickups and all this stuff that's really not necessary to you making an income or a cash flow in your business. And that was one thing that helped me out huge, was taking out a smaller loan. I believe my business plan called for like a $68,000 loan. We started our business with 15. And that's helped us keep our debt down, keep our cash flow good.
Hey, you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game than I was, though. You know how I started mine? I maxed out all my credit cards. So not something I would advise to anyone out there listening.
And don't get me wrong, that was I guess I just say that for people watching who might want to start a business. That's huge. Like, don't think, I worked out of a trailer for 2 years. I just got a van 2 days ago, actually. And I mean, that's huge. That's going to be a game changer for us. It's going to be a game changer for myself, because I'll be able to be more efficient and more productive having that van, having everything in one spot, not unpacking, packing stuff up every day.
Perfect.
But I was even talking to, and that goes hand in hand with this whole COVID thing as well. I was talking to the president of Edge Film Technologies and a good friend of mine, Mark Carlson, a couple weeks ago, and we were going over some project stuff and bigger projects we have coming up. And he said, one thing that I think saved your bacon, Dustin, was you were adaptable. You weren't just a window tinner, and you're a Christmas light company. You added window washing, which was a huge help from you. You're the one who actually presented that to me. We ran the numbers and decided, you know what, that's great. So that goes along with being adaptable. Sometimes you can't just be what you want. You have to be what you have to be, especially when you're a business owner. Sometimes you have to wear 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different hats, and you have to be the accountant, you have to be the estimator, you have to be the manager, you have to be the face of the company, the installer, the window washer, the Christmas light installer, and that will get you somewhere further than just going into a ton of debt and hoping for the best.
Yeah. One thing I think I like a lot what you did with the diversification of your business is that you set up those different streams of income directed to the same customers you're already servicing. So it's not like you're saying, hey, I'm going to start tinting windows, but on the side, I'm going to dress up like Santa Claus and go to the mall. You're servicing, you're servicing the same customers that you always have. You're just adding more value to that customer by adding those different streams of revenue to you. So good on you.
The way that I've worded it, and it didn't dawn on me until we did our first season of Christmas lighting. I look at it as I have 3 streams of revenue that feed each other. So if I do Christmas lights for somebody, I know that I'm going to be at that person's house in the spring to take those Christmas lights down, and then I'm going to upsell them on. And I wouldn't even call it upselling. We've already built the relationship of trust. It's just offering, like you said, value. Hey, do you have a window washer? Are you happy with the window washer you have? We wash their windows while I'm in their house washing their windows. I can actually see with my own eyes, oh, wow, this person has a huge problem with heat or glare or fading their hardwood floors or their artwork. And then I can sell them on window film.
Yep.
And so that's 3, like you said, 3 revenue streams that feed each other. And that's helped a lot in our diversification as well. So, yeah. I mean, all around, I'm just super excited. Pocatello has been an awesome place to work. And it's one thing, like Don said, and it's so true. Pocatello doesn't have highs and lows. We kind of just stay in the middle.
Yep.
And that was huge because it's completely true. And I've lived a lot of different places. I grew up in Reno, Nevada, Lake Tahoe area. I've lived in Jacksonville, Florida for a couple of years. Lived in American Falls. I've lived in Pocatello, and I really enjoy Pocatello. There's a lot of quality businesses here, and that helps a lot too with customers' trust. And
Sure.
we don't have a lot of dirt bags, jacks of all trades running around screwing people's stuff up.
That's true. We have some good people, some good companies. That's awesome. So what I'm hearing you say is, number 1, know your numbers. Number 2, appreciate the wins. Don't focus on the losses. I mean, on the losses as much, but make sure you fix them. Because that's one thing I've noticed. If you got a hole in your boat, people just think, I'm just going to get a bigger bucket to shuttle out more water. And they can keep infusing more and more cash in their business, but it's not going to help because you still got to stop the leak.
That's completely true. And going back after hearing you say that, I remember I was working for a local car dealership here, and we weren't seeing eye to eye on things. I was coming home angry all the time, frustrated. And I tell people this all the time because it's just, I'll never forget it. I was sitting in the kitchen with my wife, going on and on and on and on. And then she goes, you know what? If you're not going to fix it, shut the hell up. I'm done hearing you. Like, be a man about it.
That's a good woman there.
And I figured it out. It took about 6 months to dial in that business plan, and I worked with Ann Swanson, the director of the SBDC. And I remember going in there, and I would go in there weekly, and she'd always have these, oh, you need to fix this, you need to fix this, you need to fix this. And I remember that I went in there one day, and I was expecting her to be like, oh, you need to fix this. And I went in, and she's like, it's done. You can go start looking for funding now. It looks great. And I remember thinking, like, wow, we did it. Like, I figured it out. I did what my wife told me to. And I'm so grateful that she did, because I feel like a lot of people get in, especially it can go friendships or like spousal relationships. I feel like sometimes we get so stuck in being stuck that we actually support somebody being stuck, and we can't do that. We have to help people get out of that funk, and
That's right.
you know, support people and drive people and encourage people.
That person also has to have that epiphany of saying, all right, doggone it, something's got to change.
Huge. That epiphany is huge, and it's when they have it, it's one of the best feelings you can have, man. I'm telling you, the day that you decide, I'm good at what I do, and I know the skills, and I know the market, and I'm gonna go do this for myself, it's the best feeling you'll ever have in your life.
Yep. I agree. And then starting up lean and mean, getting what you just need. Don't go after the wants. Like you said, the worst thing you could do is go buy a jacked up truck, and then all of a sudden your overhead goes from here to way up here, and you're now a slave to your company, where you could be, gradually growing. There's nothing wrong with those awesome trucks, but just get to the point with your company so you can afford that type of thing, So, yeah. And like you said, like you just did, you just bought a van and you're upgrading your business, and that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a 2-year benchmark goal, and it happened right at 2 years. So I feel like it, doing something right.
Hey, you're the man. That's awesome. And I will tell everyone out there that my windows are precise. The tinting is good. Man, and I was just, my wife is very logical. And I was just telling my friends the other day, I'm like, man, that cut my heat down in half. I'm like, and she comes at me and says, really? Was it really 50%? Was it? And I said, no. Well, Callie, it was 51.3%. Give me a break. I'm just saying the heat got cut down dramatically from what it was. So I had to give her some crap on that, but she always gives me crap. But huge. If everyone out there is looking for some reduction in heat in their homes, their businesses, or some privacy in their homes and their businesses, not at night. Sometimes you can still see through at night. Right, Dustin?
Yeah.
This film?
Yeah, I don't.
We got some stories about that.
You're thinking that stuff works at night. You'll have your blinds open, walking around in your chonies. You're going to get a phone call from your neighbor, have the cops knocking on your door.
That's right. You're gonna traumatize some children in your neighborhood.
Yeah, yep, you will. But no, and I appreciate the kind words. Some things that I've learned from you, and that's another thing that's great about owning a business, is if I'd have never done this, I've created so many friendships, business partnerships, you know, camaraderies that I would have never had it not been that I started my own business. And some things that I learned from you, I mean, that when I heard that there was a company out there who gave 100% and no BS 100%, sorry, money back guarantee or the cleanings on us, that was huge. That was like, and you're right, it puts your foot in the fire and it makes you hold the line of quality and customer satisfaction. And I added that into my own business. We don't. So, and it just happened a couple weeks ago. I mean, and Blake with Matthews Plumbing can commend this. You know, we put a film up for him. We spec'd the film. He chose it. He didn't like it. It was 2 windows in his bedroom. We went back and replaced them for free.
Awesome.
The film that we replaced them with, he liked it. He was like, "Hey, thanks." Like, that was a no hassle. Like, and I know, and I do understand for customers that can be an uncomfortable conversation if they don't know that they have that guarantee.
Yep.
Like, calling somebody back, that can start a confrontation. When you take the confrontation out of it, like, "Hey, if you're not happy, call me and we're going to figure this out."
For sure.
That's huge. Does it happen a lot? No. I mean, that's one of the first times it has happened. But it felt good. It gave me a feeling of satisfaction myself, knowing like, hey, yeah, it's going to take an hour of my time, 2 hours of my time. But knowing that I'm going to have a super happy customer when this is all said and done, and knowing that I can walk away with my head held high, that customer smiling, he's going to say good things, that feels good. Because we all know that there's companies out there who will do a shoddy job, and they're, you know, they're just kind of like, you're stuck with it.
Yep.
So
Well, there's nothing better.
huge.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And thank you for showing that to me. But
no
also,
problem.
like, even the window cleaning, like, if I, you know, the mentorship too that you gain from other business owners is huge when being a startup company. And you have to be able, and that goes with being able to adapt. I remember being in your bedroom tinting windows and you were watching me clean windows and you're like, "Hey man, why don't you do window cleaning?" And I guess I just never looked into it, like, because a lot of the window cleaners that I do see around there, we call them the bucket bobs. They're just out there, you know, cleaning windows, trying to get their next case of beer. And so I never thought about it, like, maybe I should actually look into this, and I did, and it's been great. So I think thanks for introducing that to me, because it's been a huge part of our company.
It's also benefited me now too, because I subcontract, you know.
Yeah, no, and that helps, and it's a great relationship. I like it.
Perfect. Well, I like that too. Like you said, like, because no business owner is perfect. No business is perfect. We're all going to make mistakes, but I guarantee, like you just said, makes it so much easier as a transition or a conversation with your customer that they know they're protected. So I would definitely agree with everything you just said.
And you know that we do that ourselves, but also, you know, we use Cooper Optic window film, the best, highest performing window film in the world. No, and then that's a huge shout out to them, because, you know, they're the industry leading warranty. I mean, we put a lifetime residential or limited lifetime warranty on residential. So if I have any issues too, like with delamination, bubbling, pilling, any bad thing that you could think of window film, it's covered in their warranty, which is huge to have a business relationship with a company that offers that,
Yep.
you know, we know we're selling durable, long-lasting products that actually work. You know, there's a lot of companies out there, not just in my industry, where it's all smoke and mirrors, and our film will do this, and our film will do that, and our product will do this. And it's just like when I saw a video you posted a couple weeks ago where you go in and you look in people's cleaning closets and they're using damn pine sol to wipe desks down. I'm like, that's not disinfecting anything. So you have to be careful, and that's where that guarantee comes in, because there are a lot of businesses out there right now who are smoke and mirrors, and they're looking to make that quick buck.
Yep.
And I get that a lot. Like I see that a lot, even when I'm giving out bids. Well, you were $400 more expensive than this other guy who bid my project. And
In there.
you know, the only thing I could say is like, yeah, well, we'll see if that guy's around in 2 years. Like, because I see it all the time. Like, people, they don't do their due diligence and they're out to make a quick buck, and that's not sustainable for a company. And those are also the companies that you have to look out for that aren't going to protect you, the customer, the consumer.
Sure. Well, I know that's important. And we got to start wrapping this thing up because we got time constraints to hit. But yeah, I definitely agree with everything you just said on that part. Being it's still our COVID-19 edition going this part, this will be released in about a week. But the governor just announced yesterday that phase 2 is going, and 95% of Idaho is up and running, which is good news. That being said, what is your favorite local restaurant to get takeout from?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot. I'm friends with a lot of these guys.
Hey, I didn't. You can say a few if you need to.
Dude, I can't pick just one. Like, I love the Sandpiper. I love Jakers. Jakers carries my wife's beef.
Ooh, nice.
For drinks, you know, I like going to the Clydesdale. I like the Sand Trap El Heredero. There's just too many, man. I can't pick one. My favorite dish, though. My favorite dish is the Pollo a la Diabla from El Heredero, or Tres Hermanos has it too. Try it. Nice. If you like spicy chicken, that's the best.
I like it. Well, thanks, Dustin. Where can, if people want to get a hold of you for your services, either window cleaning, Christmas light hanging, Christmas light unhanging, or removal, and window cleaning with your deionized water system, how do they get a hold of you?
You can reach us at our website at divinefilmsolutions.com, or you could call us at 208-406-0054. If you are interested in our services and you'd like a free estimate, you can either call. We have an online booking system too on our website that makes it really, really simple for customers. Yeah, and we look forward to working with you guys. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Dustin. Thanks for joining us. We hope to have you on the show again in a few months. Those listening, remember to rate, review, and subscribe to us. You can find us, of course, on Facebook. You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, or wherever you are. Appreciate you for joining us, and we'll chat with you next time.
Congratulations on spending a couple minutes getting just a little bit smarter, having some fun, and supporting the Pocatello business community. If you are feeling the love, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you are.